John 14, verse 1. It says, "Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." Notice, I'm going to read it again, verse 1. "Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me." This is right before Jesus goes to the cross, and he says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you, not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled." Say, "Let not your heart be troubled."
Let not your heart be troubled.
Whose responsibility is it to not let my heart be troubled?
Mine.
Is it God's?
No.
It's mine. All throughout the Bible, God would show up, and one of the first things He would say is, "Don't fear. Don't fear. Don't be afraid." And a lot of times people think that that's just a greeting. "Hi, how's it going? Don't be afraid." No, He was letting us know, okay, you might have the opportunity to fear. You might feel fear. You might feel the hair standing up on the back of your neck. Your heart might be beating. Your blood pressure might be elevated. Your knees might be knocking. But He says, in the middle of that, don't you fear. Nobody can make you fear. Nobody can make you be afraid unless you let them make you afraid. Will you feel it? Yeah. But what do when you feel it? You open your mouth and you begin to say, "I will not fear. God, you are my refuge. You are my fortress. You are my high tower. You are my protector." Picture, remember the hand coming up? You're running underneath, you're abiding under the shadow of the Almighty, and He is covering you, and you can't be seen because you're staying in faith. Say, stay in faith.
Stay in faith.
Not fear. Not fear. You hear people, refer to Job all the time, and "Oh, well, poor Job," and "Oh my gosh," or they'll say like, I'm just like, I'm broker and poor old Job's turkey. Hey, I want to tell you, if Job had a turkey, it wasn't broke.
That's right.
Job was the wealthiest man in all the land, and his life story took anywhere from 9 months to 12 months. And in that time, yes, he lost his family, he lost his money, he had sickness upon his body. The devil was trying to take him out. But how did the enemy have access to his life? Stay with me here, because this is where the state of our country is in. Job 3:25, you can go up a page or two, and it has it right here. It says, "For the thing I greatly feared has come upon me, and what I dreaded has happened to me." For the thing that I greatly feared has come upon me, and what I dreaded has happened to me.
Come on.
The thing that I feared
Right.
has happened to me. See, fear draws things into your life just like faith draws things into your life. It's not okay as children of God for us to be afraid. It's not okay. Well, you hear people say, "Well, a little fear, it'll do you good." No, don't be dumb. Yeah, don't run out in the road. Respect things. Respect snakes. Respect the bear. Respect the coyote, whatever it is. But He says, don't fear. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Job says, "The thing that I greatly feared has come upon me." Please get this. Fear is a spiritual law.
Yeah.
And it's a spiritual law that activates the things that you dread, and the things that you don't want to happen will eventually make their way into your life because of fear. But if you identify the fear and you begin to replace it with faith, the things that you faith will come upon you, just like the things that you fear will come upon you.
Amen.
Do not be afraid of the coronavirus.
Right.
Do not be afraid that the economy is going to continue to crash and you won't be taken care of. Have faith that God is your provider.
Yeah.
Have faith that God is your protector. Have faith that God is your healer. Have faith. I don't care how religious you think you are. You will get your tail kicked in a time like this being religious. It doesn't matter if you're Baptist, Methodist, Catholic, Pentecostal. It's time for us to realize it's only the doers of the Word of God that's going to give God a right to show up in our life. And as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Amen.
And you're the one that has to make that decision for you. What
right.
are you saying? What are you thinking? What are you doing? Are you running to God? Or are you running from God? Think about what are you afraid of? All fear, stay with me. All fear is connected to the fear of dying. People don't fly because they're afraid to die. People don't like to go into the big cities at certain traffic time because they're afraid to die. People are afraid of the coronavirus because they're afraid to die. Hebrews chapter 2, verse 14 and 15, it says, the things that you're afraid of will hold you in bondage.
That's right.
But Jesus came to deliver us and set us free from all fear. Say all fear.
All fear.
So what do you do when you feel afraid? What do you do when the media is blasting, fear this, everybody's going to die, the economy's doing this? What are you going to do when it looks like in the natural that it's going to take everybody out? You open your mouth and you begin to say, God, you are my refuge, you are my protector, you are my God. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Say that, I'll fear no evil.
I will fear
You need to
no
walk around
evil.
your house saying, I will fear no evil. I will not fear what the economy does. I will not fear what virus is out there. I will not fear. We can live safe in an unsafe world, but we have our part in order for God to do what He promised He would do in His Word.
That's right.
Psalms 91 verse 7.